When I was working with Seeds of Change, I always say, saving seed is a reverent act. It's this whole act of honoring the cycle of the plant, and now I think it's becoming more of a revolutionary act. A lot of the varieties that, Ashley Everett grew when he was a kid, who's now 90, those varieties don't exist anymore. It's mass extinction. We need to have control of our germplasm. It's our legacy as a civilization, our genetic legacy.
Well, Scott, you may have mentioned, but if so, I didn't hear it. How long does seed save for? It's different
no, I
for
didn't
different
mention
seeds.
that, John. That's a really good.
And under what conditions?
Well, cool and dry is where you want to. Cool, dark, and dry is where you want to store seed, and it really depends on the crop that you're saving seed on.
It can freeze.
Seeds can freeze.
Okay.
Yep.
I save my own seed, but occasionally I would put some other seed in with mine. And this is Will Bonsall, who you were talking about, talks about in the old time days, people would come, and then when they would go to visit their friend, they would bring them a handful of their corn seed, and they would exchange. This guy would throw a handful of his neighbors in his corn seed, and he would get a handful to take home and throw it in his to keep the gene pool really super diverse. The seeds will fall through the first one, and a lot of your chaff will come out. Then the small chaff will fall through the second one, and the seeds will stay in there. It doesn't always quite work as smoothly as that, but that's the sort of, you can screen to keep the seed in and let the chaff go through, or you can screen to let the seed go through and let the chaff stay in the thing, and that's what we'll do. So we can kind of just mash this through here. Do it up here. I think it's easier to see. So all the seeds and a lot of the small chaff are all falling through. If you're saving your seed regularly, your plants are going to sort of adapt to the new, whatever that new regime is. Unfortunately, I don't think, and I've seen this seed breeders talking about this a lot, where they used to try to breed uniform varieties for certain microclimates, certain growing areas. There's like the Salinas Valley where they grow lettuce. So they would breed for that place. In that certain microclimate, and then they would talk about, breed for your own microclimate, your own garden. And then lately, at the last couple of conferences I've been to, they're like, we're 1,000 miles to the north one year and we're 1,000 miles to the south the next year. The climate is so unpredictable now that rather than trying to really narrow things down to work in a certain climatic soil condition, people are trying to get more really diverse genetics in their stuff and worrying less about how uniform the stuff is, but more vigor, more diversity in their crops so that they can respond to climate chaos. But you have a little breeze going, you can see your chaff going off, and see the seeds starting to show up in here. This is like an ancient, tradition of how to winnow seed. And you can go back, just keep going back and forth until you get diminishing returns. We could put that through a screen again. Get rid of some of the sticks, because like the sticks and stuff will definitely fall, because they're heavier.
Oh, that's a lot of seed.
Wow.
Organic Seed Alliance is a great resource to look at. They're in Port Townsend, but they have a lot of things online. They have PDFs, like a 40-page PDF on basically how to save seed on about every kind of crop. There's a book called Seed to Seed. It's like the standard seed saving book right now, Suzanne Ashworth. And also, there's a new book coming out from Organic Seed Alliance and Seed Savers Exchange are working together on this book that I'm photographing for them. And that's going to be kind of the next, I think, level of seed saving. There's a lot of people, a lot of scientists, PhD people working on it.
And you can really see, it's better to do it in a flatter bowl, but you can really see that light seed will come up and the heavy seed will stay in the bottom. Okay, so there's some really nice spinach seed right there. We got a few little sticks left in there, but that's some, those are all the big seeds. Pretty quality. You could do a little more winnowing if there's seeds in there that aren't viable. They're gonna winnow out, but we kind of gotten it down to a good place. And I didn't bring any envelopes, but normally at this point I just start putting it in a bag, paper bag or something.